Hey church, my name is Lacy, and today we're going to be talking about Mark chapter 4, which has a lot of things, but just based on the season of my life and the season of the weather, which is fall, I'm going to talk about the parable of the sower. We're getting ready for winter here on the farm, and that means getting the garden ready for springtime planting, which is a preparation ahead of time, and just getting the animals ready for colder weather, getting feed stocked up, things like that. In Mark chapter 4, we hear about 4 different types of ground. We have the path, which is hard and represents us dealing with sins that have hardened our heart. We have rocky ground, which represents us, experiencing troubled times or persecution. That's happening now. And then there's thorny ground, and just the distractions of worry and wealth and earthly desires, or clinging to our comfort even. And then there's good soil, and this is obviously where we grow best. But at any point in our lives, I feel like I can, and I'm sure the same is for you, be in any one of these seasons. I don't think that I am always in good soil. My garden is not always in good soil. I wish it was, but it's not. And I think the same applies to our life. So 2 things to remember. Strong roots don't form on their own. And you don't have to be blooming to be growing. That's obvious when you look around. It's fall now. The leaves are falling off. There's hardly any flowers left. And even though the plants aren't blooming, they're still growing. They're still doing what they were designed to do. So remember that as you read through this parable. And if you look at a seed, you buy a seed, you put it on the counter, usually seeds because it comes in a packet. It doesn't do anything. It's lifeless, it's dormant, it's useless, but it has infinite, eternal, life-giving potential. And in Mark chapter 4, Jesus tells us what the seed is. It's the word. So how do we make good soil in real life? Well, we got to feed it. So how do we feed the soil of our souls? Get in the word. If the seed is the word and we're told to get into the word, that's how we make good soil. But I don't think it's just getting into the word. Place your identity in Christ also. If we place our identity in anything else on this earth, they all fade away. And eventually when those things fade away, your roots show. And in the parable, it talks about that. When you're growing in any other type of ground other than good soil, those plants don't thrive. They don't grow. They don't bloom. They eventually all die. And so place your identity in Christ. Get into the word. And so when all of these earthly things fade away, your roots are going to show this wonderful, life-giving result. And that's Jesus, right? So I guess my question for you is, how are your roots? And are you feeding your soil? Are you getting into the word even when you don't feel like it? Me too. I am not singling anybody out here. There's days where I don't feel like it. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. Emotionally drained. Are we feeding our soil? Are we getting into the word? So obviously that's my challenge for you. And, if you're going through these 90 days of Jesus with us, hopefully you are getting into the word every day. And hopefully it is rejuvenating your soil and getting you ready for what's to come in your life. And my prayer for myself, but also you, whomever may be watching this, is that when everything starts to fade away and our roots actually begin to show, this sounds kind of cheesy, but I hope that it's like a sunflower. And if you ever look at a sunflower, you notice that it always points towards the sun. So when that flower blooms, it's pointing towards the sun. So Are your roots and your soil reflecting Jesus? Have a great day.